Hello and welcome to episode 10 of NASCAR Hotspot Podcast. I'm host Troy, joined by Chris, Caden, as usual, and we have a very special guest today, driver of the 19 Toyota Tundra and the Truck Series, Kraus. We appreciate Eddie spending his time to come on with us, and this will be fun. We'll ask him a couple questions and get to know him a little bit. So, who is Kraus?
Yeah, I race in the Truck Series for McAnally Hilgeman Racing, and it's just a dream come true to be racing with them, and it's been a lot of fun so far this year, and looking forward to the next few races.
Awesome. So, who wants to go first with questions? We'll go right into this.
Troy, you should start.
Yeah, I'll start. So question one. Okay, I asked this to a lot of drivers whenever I get the chance. Which driver growing up influenced you the most to become a race car driver?
When I was younger, I always really enjoyed watching Carl Edwards. As you probably know, he did the backflip after he won, and that just kind of caught my eye. And ever since then, I always enjoyed watching him, and I miss watching him racing since he's retired.
Awesome. Yeah, his backflips were awesome. That always caught my eye. I always wanted to win just because of the backflip.
Yeah.
All right, this is a pretty question that you get asked a lot. I bet. What's your track on?
I'd say so far I really enjoy. I like Kern County when I race K&N cars, but now we don't go there anymore in the Truck Series. So I really enjoyed racing at Atlanta, and then also Richmond was a really cool racetrack. Even though I didn't have a very good truck there, but it was a really fun racetrack.
Yeah, I've heard that Richmond's a fun one for drivers. All right, so favorite competitor you've raced today or raced against in the past?
You race against all the competitors as hard as you can, and some of them they race against you hard, and some of them are a little bit harder to race against than others. But I probably Ty Majeski's probably my favorite to race against, just because he's been clean with me my whole life, and he's kind of been my guy that I grew up racing with, and that's probably it.
Nice. Chris, you want to go next with questions, or Caden?
I'll go next. So, I was doing a little bit of research today, and you were born, this is correct, right? Stratford, Wisconsin?
Yep.
So, what was your first track that you raced there, or what's your closest home track that you've raced?
When I grew up racing late models, I was pretty fortunate. I lived it was kind of right in the center of 3 racetracks that I could go to. I could go race Thursday night at State Park Speedway in Wausau, which is a half hour from my house, and then Friday night I could head over to Plover, which is also half hour, 40 minutes from my house, and then Marshall race on Saturday. And that's just kind of what I grew up doing, is just racing late model around those 3 racetracks every weekend that I could, and then just traveling around with late model as well.
Nice. And this is, again, probably a pretty basic question, but what is your current favorite driver in the Cup Series, non-retired?
Probably have to say Chase, just because, it's kind of like a teammate with being with Napa, same sponsor, kind of a teammate. So it's really cool to watch him race on Sundays, and he's really good at what he does.
Yeah. So, Chris?
All right. So here's one that doesn't really relate to those. How would you rate your career so far, and do you have a path that you're kind of following, or is it more just go with the flow and see how it goes?
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a go with the flow type deal. Racing's one of the tougher sports. You can't really, unless you got a lot of money back, and you can't really go anywhere you want, or you got to choose your drives or choose your cars wisely, and you got to make sure that you're in good equipment. And I feel like ever since I've left late models, I've been in good equipment with McAnally and Toyota. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good with what I'm doing now, and hopefully I can just keep moving up the ranks.
All right. And then I say that's pretty good. I noticed you race with them basically your entire time since you've started with K&N. What's one short track you wish the truck series could go to that they don't go to, given how big they are?
I'd probably have to say Kern. I mean, they're really in a quarter mile, or it's a little bit bigger than a half, I believe. But I feel like Kern would be a really good racetrack for the truck series to go to, and it'd be good, put on a good show.
All right. Cool. And then I have one final one. What's one track that's no longer on any kind of schedule or shut down that you wish you could go race at?
Probably North Wilkesboro. iRacing just recently got that racetrack, and it seems like a really cool racetrack. And I feel like if the trucks or really anything went there, it'd put on a good show, and it'd be like a really, really racy racetrack just because of how wore out it is, and there's no new pavement, so the tires will wear out.
Oh, yeah. Such a legendary track. I think all of us miss it here.
Oh, everyone does.
Oh my God.
Hi.
I hope they go back to it with the 2021 schedule coming out this week.
That track's a little far from being ready to be on
Yeah,
the schedule.
that's a little much.
Yeah,
there.
but who knows? Maybe they pull something out.
What are they gonna? Okay, Caden.
We'd all love it. What do you think your personal best race you had was this season?
It probably would have been the last race at Vegas till I hit the wall, to be honest with you. I mean, that race was going really good. We were running second to Sheldon most of the race, and then just off of two, I made a mistake and misjudged it and just got in the wall a little bit. And I guess it happens, but I got to clean up my mistakes a little bit. And if that would never happen, if I had got a good restart, I would have finished second or would have won. I mean, I feel like I had a really good truck there, and that probably would have been my best race to this day. I felt like I pretty much did everything I could perfectly, and just made one mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've impressed all of us this season. So you've been doing awesome. Like, don't get like missing like the playoffs and stuff like that. Like, get to you. Like, you've had like an amazing season, and I'm excited to see like what you can pull in the future. Like as you go up the ranks and like your future in the truck series.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As your first full-time truck series season, this has been a pretty good, I'd say. It's been pretty good. I think next year you could easily be a playoff contender.
Yeah, that's the goal. I don't have I got plans, but nothing's set in stone for next year yet. So hopefully we can get stuff done and be in the trucks again next year.
We hope for the best. So thank you for spending your time and being with here and answering our questions. This is huge, honestly. You're Caden's favorite truck driver, by the way. He's been like saying like, "Oh my God, he's a favorite." So you really made our nights. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
We once again appreciate Derek Kraus for giving his time, giving a little bit of time in his night to talk with us and answer our questions. Good luck for the rest of the season and in your future racing career. But now, let's move on to the review from Las Vegas. So, truck Sheldon Creed dominated the night and chokes. Is there more to that? Sheldon Creed dominates, sweeps the stages, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then Austin Hill, did he? Yeah, so a late race restart happened, and Sheldon Creed got shuffled out in a restart. Sheldon came back and was a little bit faster, but struggled in finding like clean air. He was in the dirty air, and Hill was pretty good at holding him off. And Creed made a mistake, tapped the wall, came back, and he just ran out of time. And he could have had it, but Hill was hard to pass.
At 5 more laps, I think Creed would have won.
Definite possibility.
Yeah.
Or it would have been a lot closer.
All right, so that means that Austin Hill punched a ticket into the next round of the playoffs.
He's looking to go back-to-back consecutive wins at Vegas in the fall race. It's Austin Hill, the winner in Las Vegas.
The thing to look at here is there's only one race left in the round, and it's Dega. So really,
that's huge.
literally no. I mean, the only
No
one
one's
that
safe.
might Creed is the closest one that's
I mean,
safe.
you know, Creed is up until it's plus 52 for Creed, plus 44 for Moffitt, 39 for Smith, and 31 for Infinger. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're by definition safe, but they could lose some points and they'll still be fine. And then it's Ankrum, Crafton, and Eckes we have to watch out for.
Yeah,
Ankrum and
we could
Crafton are plus
see-
15, and Eckes is plus 6.
Well, we could see that Rhodes and Gilliland aren't going to go away quietly because Todd was running up front or in contention at Dega earlier in the year. I forget what happened. I know
Probably
Chastain
with
made
the
a huge
wreck.
wreck, but that's beside the point. But still, any of these guys that are in the playoffs can run up front and change everything because that's how Dega works. So we won't really have a clear idea of who's going to advance until the checkered flag waves.
Yeah, pretty much Sheldon Creed, if he survives stage 1 and just get a top 10, he's locked in. But everyone else isn't safe. Sheldon Creed isn't the safest, but he can lock himself in. Pretty easily to an extent. But yeah. On the cut line, no one's really safe. Gilliland, I want to say he needs to win, but I feel like if enough guys wreck out and he gets like a top 10, top 5, and maybe get some stage points, then he'll be in contention. I'll be close. So I'm not counting out anyone, because it's Talladega.
My mistake. They did not race, or the trucks did not race Dega earlier this year. It was last year that I was looking at, and Todd finished second to Spencer Boyd.
Yeah.
So that could be really interesting. I mean, looking at these guys that are in the playoffs, Moffitt finished 4th last year. Ankrum was 7th. Crafton was 8th. Creed was 9th. Enfinger was 10th. So the guys that are in, they all finished, and Ben Rhodes was 12th. So all the guys that are in this year, that race last year, were all top 12 last year in the race. Because the only ones that weren't were Harrison Burton, Herbst, and Boyd. Those are the 3 outliers. Because then, Zane Smith didn't race it last year. No, he didn't.
He's a rookie. Kind of. Yeah, he ran a couple races last year for GMS, I remember.
I also feel like, who is it? Todd Gilliland, who's out by 19. I feel like the Truck Series Dega playoff race is always no wrecks basically throughout the first 2 stages, and then throughout the last 15 laps, it's just chaos. I mean, that's how it is at most restrictor plates, but I feel like for trucks, it's going to be, if you're Todd Gilliland, you're going to either have to have a big points day or you're almost going to have to win.
Yeah. I mean, he's more than capable of getting up front, too, and that's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be such an intense race that everyone's going to be like, whoa. Yeah.
Oh, Natalie Decker. What even happened to her? No one has been told.
So, no, there was no, clear – no, there wasn't announced what the problem actually was, but pretty much she was entering the race and she was about to, get in her truck, but I guess, something she wasn't feeling well or something happened, and she's taken to the medical center, and she wasn't cleared the race, and this was, after the engines were fired, so it was, a last second. So the 44 truck ended up not even, hitting the track, but they did get last place points.
Hopefully,
That's that. Hopefully
Hope for the
Natalie
best
gets
with her.
better. Yeah, we're hoping the best.
And so
So
we'll.
we'll move on to the Xfinity series. Xfinity at Las Vegas is underrated.
Oh, big time.
Las Vegas in
Vegas,
general is just
yeah,
underrated.
Vegas in general is
Yeah.
underrated. So Briscoe dominated this one. He was the clear, fastest
Favorite.
all day, and guys struggled all day to try to match his speed and contend with him, and he just he swept the stages. And
Won the race.
Unlike Creed, he actually finished the race, finished the job or whatever. Ryan Sieg pulled an Austin Dillon. We thought he was out first round. He had a top 5 day, which if I'm honest, I'm not that surprised about. Because earlier in the season at Las Vegas, he actually had a winning car, and if I remember correctly, a couple cautions didn't fall his way, but there was one green flag run late in the race where he was the fastest, and he was about to win if it stayed green. But I'm not too surprised about that. But he got top. I think he got points each stage, but then late in the race, on the choose cone, he went in the box on the choose cone, which is an automatic penalty. You drop to the back, and that sadly killed his race. And where did he finish?
He finished 5th still.
Oh, he finished 5th still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he actually?
I think he might have hit. I think he might have hit the arrows, but not the box itself or something. Because I don't see how he would have been able to bounce back like that with how little
Were
time.
there? Oh, maybe the caution in between pit stops aided him. Maybe that helped him a little bit.
I could have done it.
But yeah, Sieg still comes in. He came into the race with he was -8. So he was the first car out. He was -8, and he comes back and
He had 16 points. Holy. Mans went
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
I didn't know he gained that much.
Yeah, he gained a lot. It was huge for him. So, and now he's a great plate racer. So rounds up front, does not get in any trouble. He's got a top 10 there in points, which is great. And then Roval, I'm not sure if he's anything special on road courses, but if he could build up enough points, he could pull what Austin Dillon did at Bristol and just kind of ride a top 15, and he's got the points just ride around.
It doesn't appear he's much of a road course racer, so that might hurt him in the long run. I was looking at his stats, and he's not much of a road course racer. Earlier last year, he got 30th at the Roval and 15th and 16th at Mid-Ohio and Watkins Glen. This year, he got 11th at Daytona Road Course and got 9th at Road America. So
where did he get at Roval last 2 years?
He
I
got
think Chris said 30th.
30th last year, and let me see where he got.
Was that due to an engine? Was that what happened there? Was that a wreck, or is that just not running?
Roval last year, or 18, he had suspension failure, so he finished 36th. And 2019, no, he was just 2 laps down. Finished 30th. So.
All right. He has the experience to back him up, I guess, over a few other drivers. So that's something to carry in there.
Points are looking insane, honestly, though.
Yeah,
you go, Chris.
The biggest surprise is Chastain being 2 under, but that came from just falling. His car just seemed to that, and his car just seemed to fall off. He was second in stage 1, and then just I don't even know what happened. I know he hit the wall early in stage 2.
Yeah, he hit the wall early, and then he made a mistake once, I remember, and fell back with Haley or something like that. And then He made his way back up a tiny bit. Still was not nearly as fast as he was. And then he made like a pretty good save where he was like pretty much sideways and he saved it. That pretty much killed his run, which
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so the points are pretty close for Xfinity. Closer than we actually thought, honestly, because we were thinking like the bottom 4 is an easy out, and we were kind of right with Herbst and Brown. And Net had himself in like a good position for points, but he lost it and finished 7th. Like 7th is better from where he was gonna finish, which was gonna be like 14th. He has no reason to really complain, but he missed a big opportunity on like a top 5 that he had. If he just held on for like a few more laps and was more aggressive from what he had. But he's -10 now. As you mentioned, Ross Chastain's -2, as Harrison Burton is +2 over the cut line.
I think Bird needs to watch out because he had all the playoff points from winning those couple of races and such, and now he's only 2 above Chastain, who came into the playoffs with what, 1 point, 2 playoff points, something like that.
Yeah,
So
he's got to be careful, especially at Talladega and the Roval. Roval, no experience, 0 experience at all. And Talladega, he's a pretty good plate racer, and if he just keeps his nose clean, of course. We mentioned Ryan Seacrest had a big points day. He's +9 over cut line, and then I guess 1st through 6th is pretty like predictable. Jones and Haley, pretty much, they're not totally safe, but they're not in like a huge danger zone. And then like Allgaier, Gregson don't wreck pretty much, and Cindric just needs points, playoff points, and he's locked in to next round, which shouldn't be hard. I mean, him and Briscoe work really well at plate races, and of course Briscoe's locked in.
yeah, Cindric will be locked in by the end of stage 1 next week. Because actually, with Chastain being the one under the line, he might not be. Though it depends on what Burton and Sieg do. But
It's Chastain, we all know he's aggressive in the end. So he's probably not going to go in with, I need points today. He's probably going to go in with, I need a win mindset because he has no wins this season, obviously. So I think
he doesn't really have much of a road course background, too, that I can remember.
No,
yeah, but Chastain isn't bad at road courses either.
He's nothing special though. He's nothing He's nothing to note when you go to a road course.
If he wrecks or just doesn't have a good day, I'd say he's almost done. I'd say he's out first round.
Yeah, and not be surprising. He's been top 5 in points all season, and he's at first round, similar to what Blaney had. Just the playoffs.
Actually, Chastain was slightly impressive. He was 6th at Indy this year and 7th at Road America. I know Daytona he had that problem, but not bad.
Impressive.
As long as he keeps his car clean, especially when you think about all the other road course ringers that have raced in Xfinity this year and stuff like that, and you have Briscoe and Cindric, who no one really contends with them besides when Allmendinger races. Yeah.
Yeah, is he raced in the Roval? I mean, he's got to be.
Yeah. Allmendinger? Yeah.
He won last year in Xfinity.
Yeah.
At the Roval.
Yeah.
That's about it. So the big thing, Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Cup was such a roller coaster of a race that
it was a good race, I'd say.
It was a good race.
Overall, everyone's gonna say, look at the finish, and it was a great race. But overall, I think even the first 2 stages. I mean, the first stage was, I'd say, pretty exciting. Second stage was, kind of wasn't super exciting, but it was still watchable. I'd still say Vegas is the most underrated track on the Cup Series schedule, other than Richmond.
So Denny wins stage 1. what happened in stage 1? Oh yeah, he kills Kyle Busch and then Joey. So pretty much early in the race, Joey makes pretty stupid moves for being that early in the race. I get like track position and package, get a run, take it.
I knew he was gonna
but
mention
like
package as soon as he said that.
the but like it's lap 30 and making a block that's so hard. Like Truex and Chase were like faster than him by a lot. They had a huge run, and Joey's blocks it, and that could have hurt Joey's race. That could hurt Chase's race. Could have hurt Truex's race, and that's playoffs. It's the playoffs, and again, this is a bad time to make those kind of things. And I don't think this will carry over to future races. Him blocking, since Joey got
Joey's
lazy.
known
Hold
for
up,
that.
hold up. You just said that, and we're going to Talladega next week.
Joey's gonna get wrecked. I mean, let's be honest.
Joey's going to
He's-
start the big one for shits and giggles next week. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
He's not. He's a good restrictor plate racer. I mean, the man's one of the best, if not the best, restrictor plate racer out driving right now.
in the
Cup
field.
Series.
No, that's Brad. That's Brad, without a doubt.
Penske
Brad.
in
One of the
general.
best.
Penske
Nah,
in
that's
general.
Brad. Brad
It's
then
bad.
Denny. Brad
Yeah.
has 5 Talladega wins already,
Yeah,
and
I
one
mean-
Daytona win.
Joey could easily go out and win every restrictor plate race he enters, but he's just stupid and makes stupid mistakes all the time, and that's one of the reasons I don't like him. He doesn't use his brain. It's just very talented driver with no brain.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? Okay, so I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion, and
Oh
no,
my
it's not
God.
because I'm a Penske fan. I'm
Yes,
looking
it
at it
is.
this way: we all want guys to race like the old days, to where it's that like me first mentality. But when someone does it, oh, they're garbage. They race like trash. Blah blah blah. When
I
that's
didn't
exactly
say-
what
I
everyone
didn't say-
wants.
No, it's not what everyone wants. I mean, I like how they race. If you race me clean, I'll race you clean. That's how I like that. I like that mentality. And if you got to move someone for the win, you got to move someone for the win. That's how it is. But it's just he makes stupid mistakes that are easily avoidable.
He's been doing it since he started. Before he was in NASCAR, I think Joey has like no respect for his competition at all. Never has.
Yeah.
Probably never will.
Um,
Yeah.
okay.
So, long story short, Denny makes a interesting move. It was like a late 3-ride move. He had the run. There's an opening, but it was very late into going into a corner, and Kyle Busch reacts to it once Denny at the last second gets on his inside, and of course Joey, he doesn't know it's coming that late. All he knows, it's gonna be side by side through the corner, and it's probably too late at that point that anyone with the common sense will like pull that, or that like anyone would get that kind of run. Which is what I'm saying.
I think I heard from both Kyle saying something that he heard Joey wasn't clear, and I'm pretty sure I heard TJ not give the, 3 wide to Joey because he didn't even see it happen.
No, they
So-
showed the replay of Joey's communications, and like you could see like the delay in it on the radio, because it happened so fast that like it was like 2 wide, and it was already 3 wide, and Kyle was already moving up when he was like 3 wide, 3 wide, or like 2 bottom or whatever it was.
From Joey's point of view, the Joey spotter
Getting pushed through now. 11's clear, coming to you. He's in line. Going to the bottom. 2 inside, 2 inside, 2 inside, 2 inside.
Yeah, see, I feel like
It just didn't come in time, and that's just, you can't really blame the spotter. You can't really blame TJ. There's no one to blame except Denny for like that kind of move.
Absolute full send.
Yeah, a full
Yeah.
send. Joey gets a tire rub, and Kyle doesn't get a tire rub, but he fades. His car isn't the car that it was from before, as it started out to be. So Joey goes 2 down early, and he's mostly 2 down through the race. until late cautions, but we'll get to that. So Denny won stage 1, and then Chase won stage 2. So Chase got past Denny in stage 2 and pulled away before they reached lap traffic. And lap traffic, Chase didn't move around him that well. He struggled with that, and Denny got through it easier.
Capitalized.
We didn't capitalize because Chase still won the stage. Like, that was
Yeah.
mostly at the end of
Yeah.
stage 2.
Yeah,
So-
Chase was faster because like Denny caught him with when lap traffic slowed Chase down, but like once he got to Chase pulled away once he got the clean air or lap cars weren't in his way. So Chase won stage 2, and then stage 3 was something else. Stage 3 was everything just like died in the race.
Stage 3, it came down to, what was it? I think Bowman came down pit road first. It was like, what was it, 40 laps to go? Something like that, 40,
Something like
30
that.
laps to go. And Bowman comes down pit road first, and then everyone else follows him. Hamlin comes down after him, and then Bowman actually beats Hamlin off, and I think he maybe had, when he took the lead, he maybe had half a second, maybe a second lead. And then leave it to the other two Hendrick guys to ruin one of the other Hendrick guys' race. Jimmy Johnson, what happened to him? Do you even know? Did he just blow a tire or something?
Yeah, I think he just blew a tire. Like, that's how it looked. And then, just start spitting debris everywhere from it.
Yeah. It sucks. Bowman would have gotten away with probably 2 back-to-back Las Vegas victories if he stayed out front. Then I think after that we had the caution for Jimmy, yeah. And then we had a restart, which caught some drivers very good, like Matt DiBenedetto, Kurt Busch, John Hunter Nemechek, Ryan Newman, to name a few. Christopher Bell. Oh yeah, he comes to play. I'm pretty sure he comes into play right now.
So John Hunter, he spins and he locks at the brakes, and then he's like, I don't think I need to do this anymore. And he goes up the track. And like he spun, and like before he got up the track, I'm like, this isn't a caution. Don't throw the caution. This is not a caution. And then he came up the track. I'm like, you gotta be joking. So that's a caution, but like, come on. He had it saved. What was he thinking? Like, I don't know if I'm missing something here from like trying to save a car, or like he wasn't like able, but what did he do? Like he just went up the track. He got it saved, but that threw out a caution, which just made things worse. Yeah, and then we had a little bit of a run, only like a few laps. Kurt Busch had an amazing restart. His restart, was just, I did not see it coming. I was scared that DiBenedetto was gonna like side drive and stuff like that. But Kurt timed it perfectly. Like no better. Fair restart, got clear DiBenedetto perfectly. Got away. And then we're up to like 5 to go, and then William Byron gets wrecked by Christopher Bell.
No.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
runs into the back
Yeah.
of Bell,
Byron ran into the back of Bell. That's not
Yeah.
Okay.
Bell's fault.
Okay,
which
fine.
That's
caused
Byron's
Byron
fault.
to spin.
That's Byron's fault. Yes.
I mean, it's still
Okay.
Byron's fault either way you look at it.
It's
yeah.
Byron's fault.
Yeah.
Brian brought out the caution. He had a top 5 day before the caution in the middle of the pit stops. He had like a top 10. He had like a top 7 day going, which was impressive, especially for William Byron. But yeah, that killed his day. So that brings up the final restart, which the final restart.
Oh, the final restart was just insane.
Oh,
I
didn't know. I didn't know
will
what to
gladly
watch.
Talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
I wasn't watching Chase, and we're coming into turn 3 on the final lap, and I'm like, okay, Kurt's pretty much got this. No one's passing him. So I look at the playoff numbers on the left of the screen on like
Plus
how they
man.
go, and it just goes Chase plus, and it was like
Mans
plus,
went from plus 34 to plus 10 in like
it was like
5
plus,
laps.
it was like plus 12, and then plus 8, and then plus 9, and plus 10. And I'm like, what are you doing? What the heck is going on? What are you doing? What the
Everyone
heck?
was blaming Newman, even though I didn't see Newman in anything.
Newman blocked the living hell out of Chase on the restart.
So pretty much
I didn't. I was like trying to figure out the restarts, but like I couldn't. I found Chase up, but there was no real good Chase.
I've
Newman made his
rewatched.
car 10 feet wide.
So I've rewatched it, and pretty much to give you an overview, Chase. So Newman spun the tires, old tires, slower car, and you can't switch lanes before the line. And Newman spun his tires and checked up Chase, and Chase kind of pulled high, but this killed Chase's momentum. And of course, Truex had more momentum.
Oh, okay.
And he went inside of Chase. I don't blame him. People on Twitter were like, "Oh, come on, Truex, you couldn't help Chase." No, because Truex would be like +5 if he helped Chase.
Even if Truex helped Chase early in the race, I remember on a restart, Truex and Elliott could have gone 1-2, but Elliott, for some reason, decides, you know what? Let's lose all our momentum and go on the outside. Why would he do that? They were down the back straightaway. It was Truex and Elliott. Elliott literally could have pushed Truex to the lead and then taken second or third easily. Chase Elliott loses 10 spots on that restart just because he wanted to pass Truex. So, I mean, I wouldn't have helped Chase either.
No one would have,
and
I don't blame Truex.
I think when you're looking at car to car, Chase had one of the best cars, like no question.
No, he was
second best.
It pains me because he chose the top lane for every restart the whole entire race, and it worked out for him. There was no restart that he struggled at that he did
his
not
pit crew
gain. So
his pit crew sucked.
Yeah,
he
okay,
lost,
but then
I think.
But then, like the restart before the restart that started stage 3, he picked the bottom lane, and you know what happened? He fell back to 7th. So, and you can't pass with the package. So he made it up to he was up to 4th for like a split second, and he passed Truex, but then Truex passed him back. And then Chase is just faded. He was not the same. His car was not the same. And I was hoping after the pit stop he would have been better if his pit crew actually did something and did not lose him spots. But
I don't even think there was one time on pit road that Chase Elliott didn't lose spots on pit road.
His pit crew lost him the lead twice on pit road after the concussion and after winning the stage. Yeah, it's sad. But yeah, Chase's car faded late and it screwed him. And then Newman screwed him, and 22nd it is, +10. But the final restart. So Kurt wins. You can't pass with the package, but it did a second again.
That annoyed me so much because, like, JB was clearly faster than Kurt, like, all day. So when that happened, I'm just like, bruh. What is going on here?
Yeah, but I don't think you can blame. I don't even think you can blame the package completely. I mean, Kurt. You can't say Kurt didn't at least somewhat deserve it. I mean, the man was perfect on restarts. He was phenomenal. The runs he had was just insane. And quite frankly, I don't even think DiBenedetto was faster. I mean, they were running almost equal times at the end of that thing. So, I mean, I don't think that was a part of the package, but I mean, maybe giving it 5 more laps and then Hamlin probably would have won. I remember in the
happen.
Yeah. I remember I think it was Christian. He was like, God, all this hype, all this overtime restarts just for a Hamlin win. You know how many disappointed fans there would be?
Everyone would have been disappointed. Instead we all have like this, like, all right, we all can be like decently happy about this.
Yeah, Kurt's a good. I like Kurt. Is he a round of 8 driver? Probably not.
No, I had faith that he could make the round of 8, but like it would have been a stretch if he didn't win that. It would have
A
been
true
sure
round of 8 driver got eliminated last round. But anyways, that's not
I'm
fault
pretty-
the shitty system that the playoffs
I'm
are.
pretty sure I picked. This might be my fault because I'm pretty sure I picked Kurt Busch to make the round of 8. So
I think I did too, because I learned from making him Final Four last year.
yeah, so we had to step it back a notch.
So I found it interesting, and I never thought he mentioned his drag racing experience from that one race in 2011 that helped him on the restart. I never thought that would come into that drag racing would ever help him in a race really, but I guess it does, and that surprised me, and I thought that was really cool that he used edge over his competitors, most of his competitors, and that's what won him the race pretty much.
The track a bit. Kurt Busch, the 2004 Cup champion, is going to win in his hometown. Busch wins in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was kind of, if you really look at it, a lot of the playoff drivers kind of had issues. I mean, not necessarily issues, but I mean, Austin Dillon, his car was overheating, wasn't getting water into it or whatever. He's out by 32. Eric Almirola just did not. Eric Almirola
Eric
was
didn't show
barely.
up.
Yeah,
Didn't
he was
show up
barely
at all.
top 20 the whole day.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott again faded very late. Not his fault, probably. I mean, sort of is, but not really his fault, I'd say. Keselowski, he was pretty non-existent for most of the day. He kind of showed up late in stage 3 before we got the bunch of cautions, but he wasn't here. Kevin Harvick, I was surprised. He was barely top 10 the whole day.
Yeah. And then Boyer, he got screwed over by the restarts at the end because he had
Boyer was a
running
top 5
10 all
car.
day, or top 5, yeah. He was running top 5 or near top 5 all day. And then what? Where did he end up finishing?
He finished
14th,
top
around
14th.
now.
The top 5 was pretty weird. I mean, you had Kurt Busch winning. You had DiBenedetto, he was actually a top 10, top 5 car most of the night. Hamlin, who obviously I think we could all agree on had the best car tonight for a good portion of the night. Bowman
finally showed up for a freaking race.
Yeah. Truex finished 4th. He was quietly almost 4th the whole entire race. So
Hold up. Let's take a look at this 7th through 9th. Blaney, Jones, Busher.
So basically, can we all agree Hamlin and Harvick are locks for the next round? Harvick's 61 up,
Yeah.
Hamlin's 58.
What if Hamlin
everyone
crashes
else is
on the first lap?
everyone else is wild card. 4th place is Keselowski. He's plus 16. Then Truex is 5th plus 15. I think that's Joey is plus 11. Chase is plus 10, and Bowman is plus 9. Busch is out by 9.
I want to say something.
You say
It doesn't matter what Kyle Busch does unless he wins next week. All right, okay. Unless he wins Dega, it does not matter what he does. He is not making it out of this round.
Yeah, I mean it's Kyle Busch. He's an underrated plate racer. I feel like in recent years he's been pretty good. I mean it's obviously a plate race, so anything could happen. But I mean he could arguably have a shot to win. Will he? Probably not. But and then Roval I think is again another wild card. Even though we're going here for a third year, I think it's easily a wild card. And then I don't even know who's gonna win that.
So Clint is minus 20, and Almirola's minus 27. They and Dylan's minus 32. They pretty much win at this point. Or the possibility of big names that are in the top 8 crashing out, and Almirola or Boyer having good points days and staying in the top 10 all race is real, and that could aid them. Definitely going into Roval or moving on to the next round.
Honestly, though, I think if I'd be worried if I'm Chase Elliott. I mean, he's only plus 10, and I'm worried if I'm any of those 5 drivers. As long as you're not Kurt, Harvick, or Hamlin, I'd be worried. But I mean, I'd be especially worried for Chase.
Okay, who's
I'm a
gonna
love-
win?
Who's gonna win, Kaden?
Who's gonna
Who's gonna
win?
win?
Chris, go first.
Waluigi.
Oh, I'm gonna go first.
You're gonna go
Okay.
first.
Tricks.
Repeat.
Ryan Blaney. Okay.
Ryan Blaney.
Thank you, Kaden. Who's gonna win?
Probably. I could go with a safe bet and say that what's his name? Logano's gonna win, but I'm actually gonna go with Chris Buescher. I think Chris Buescher wins.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna say Eric Almirola.
No, I wouldn't. I would not like that. That would not be cool. I wouldn't.
I think either one of us like that pick.
I wasn't thinking of Kaden when I made that pick, but like
Yeah, sure.
Almirola has had like a top 10 at Talladega since like 2016.
Bro, he finished
Yeah, but
third
that's just 'cause he's a
backwards in the
four.
spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my reasoning.
Now isn't. I really hope we get another race like that. I mean, if anything, we're probably going to get a better race than that. Maybe not a better finish, but
I think slightly more wrecks at the end of
Definitely.
stages.
slightly.
Definitely.
Slightly. We're going to get way more wrecks. I already know it. Holy. Last year's spring race was actually pretty tame until like last 5 laps.
It's almost like
I
that's
remember-
what this
I
spring's
remember-
race was.
Yeah.
All right, who's gonna
I'm
suck?
liking it.
Martin Strick Jr. is gonna suck. Call it.
Calling it Martin Truex. Is that what you're going with?
Chris, who's gonna suck?
Harvick. Harvick's
Okay.
gonna
I'm
suck.
not laughing.
Harvick's gonna suck.
Did you
Okay,
say Truex?
Who's gonna suck?
Troy said Truex. I said
I say
Harvick.
Chase Elliott.
Oh, the hate. That's straight hate.
Bro, that was uncalled
Two times
for.
two times out of the 4 times in the playoffs that we've said who's gonna suck, I've said Chase Elliott.
Wow.
I was at Richmond and now here. I mean, who's realistic? Anyone can suck at Daggy. You just have to wreck.
Yeah.
Truex will
So,
probably
really?
ride around back all day and
Yeah.
then finish top 10. That's what he always does. I mean, not top 10. He'll probably finish like top 40.
I'm hoping for a top 40.
I would
Yeah,
hope
that
they
would be
finish
nice.
top 40. There's only 40.
Oh, final thoughts, everyone.
On what, Vegas?
In
On
Vegas,
life.
preview of Dega,
Everything.
life.
Vegas is still, I think, the most underrated mile and a half. I think there might be a contender for Kansas, but I think it is. And Dega, I just really hope. I mean, we all know it's going to live up to our expectations with this package, but I just really hope it's what I'm praying for. 3 wide, almost the entire race. We'd all love that. Truex getting the win, we'd all love that.
No, we wouldn't all love that.
Better than Logano winning.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the NASCAR Hotspot podcast. And again, for another time, thank you, Derek Kraus, for taking the time to join us and answer our questions. This was huge, and we're really happy to have you on. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram at the NASCAR Hotspot, and we'll catch you next time.